Hello and welcome to iNurture video. In this video, we'll be discussing about cellular network. After watching this video, you will be able to provide an overview of the cellular network, explain the 7-cell pattern, define the basic concepts related to cellular network, describe the working principle of a cellular network. A cellular network refers to a radio network that offers mobile services with the help of several base stations having limited power. Each base station covers a small area called as a cell, and each cell has its own antenna to provide services. Frequencies are allocated to each cell and a base station containing transmitter, receiver and a control unit which provides services to each cell. A good example of frequency reuse is a 7-cell pattern. A 7-cell pattern can share the same frequency band if they are geographically separated with each other. Our total frequency resources are divided into 7 sections, and each section contains several radio channels assigned to a base station called as a cell site. In a set of 7 cells, the available frequency spectrum is completely used. The same frequency can be used by another set of 7 cells after a particular distance. In this manner, limited frequencies can be used to provide services for a large geographical area. Thus, a cellular network helps in providing effective use of scarce frequency resources. The hexagon shape is preferred to represent a cell as compared to other shapes because of the following reasons. A cluster of cells in a hexagonal shape needs a few cells to cover a specific area, thereby minimizing the capital investment. Other shapes are not effective and pose challenges. For instance, if a cell is circular in shape, the cells might be overlapping with each other. The radius in a hexagon is considered maximum, which is required for weak mobiles. In reality, cells are not hexagon in shape. Rather, they are irregular in shape. Complicated programs are needed to be divided a particular area into cells. An example of such a program is Tornado, offered by Siemens. Let us now learn certain concepts related to cellular network. So let's begin with the first concept called as the base station. A base station controls a group of cells that enables to communicate with the mobile devices. There are a group of transceivers, each covering a specific geographical area of a cellular network. A base station which contains one or more cells to interact with the operator access, network controllers and the core network through a backhaul link. The following are the 2 categories of base station configuration. First, omnidirectional sites or base stations that send radio signals in all the directions using a single antenna, and sectorized sites or base stations that send radio signals in sectors. Sectorized base stations are comparatively common than omnidirectional base stations as they provide more network coverage capacity to each area. Now let's move on to the next concept called cell cluster. A cell cluster refers to a set of neighboring cells that use number of channels and available frequency spectrum. 2 cells of a cluster can have 2 cells with the same number in the adjacent cluster. Such cells belonging to a different cluster but having same number can use the same radio frequency or RF channels. RF channel refers to the electromagnetic waves frequencies that are used in communication. Usually, a cluster consists of 7 cells. However, there can be several other configurations. Frequencies in a cellular network refer to a group of frequency ranges within the high frequency band allocated to mobile phones. Most cellular networks in the world use some part of the radio frequency spectrum that is assigned to mobile services to send and receive signals. An air interference in cellular network refers to a radio frequency of the circuit between the mobile handset and the base station. A standard air interface is defined up to a full duplex communication between mobile subscribers and the base station. A base station acts as an air interference and local central control for mobile subscribers within a particular cell. Frequency reuse refers to using the same radio frequency on different sites that are far apart but within a particular geographical area and that share minimal interference with each other. In a mobile communication system, the frequency of radio channels can be reused if the towers are located significantly at a distance from each other. This also shows that the radio channel signal will decrease if the distance between the tower is increased. Thus, the mobile radios that are far apart from each other can use the same frequency at a minimal interference. Let's now understand the principle of cellular network. Every mobile uses a distinctive radio channel to interact with the cell site, which connects to several other mobiles simultaneously based on one channel per mobile. Channels use a frequency pair to communicate. One frequency for the forward link to send information to the base station of a mobile, one frequency to reverse link to the receive calls from users to a base station. As the distance increases, radio energy tends to disappear. Therefore, mobile phones must remain close to the base station to maintain communication. A simple mobile network structure consists of radio services and telephone systems, where radio service works in closed network and does not have any access to the telephone system, which enables connection between two telephone networks. Thus, the cellular communication system contains the four main components that work together in order to offer mobile services to its subscribers. First, the Mobile Switching Center, or also called as MSC, which is also known as Mobile Telephone Switching Office, or MTSO. MSC offers controls to base station and provides connections to public switched telephone network. MSC remains in connection with mobile base station to coordinate switching between cell sites and to give information about users on the network. The PSTN consists of local networks, communication devices, exchange area networks, and networks that interconnect telephones. Next is the mobile control equipment, refers to the cell phone, which works on cellular network. A mobile user first contacts the mobile base station, or MBS, for a mobile service while on the move. A subscriber's cell phone constantly searches for mobile signals that will help him connect with the MBS. The MBS helps in providing frequencies to the subscribers who are always on the move. The MSC helps the subscriber's cell phone in switching from one base station to the other that has a stronger signal. This brings us to the end of our video. Let's have a quick recap of what we discussed. A cellular network refers to a radio network that offers mobile services with the help of several base stations having limited power. The hexagonal shape is preferred to represent a cell. A base station controls a group of cells that enables to communicate with the mobile devices. A cell cluster refers to a set of neighboring cells that uses some number of channels and available frequency spectrum. RF channels refers to electromagnetic waves frequencies that are used for communication between two devices. A cellular communication system contains the four main components that include MSC, PSTN, mobile control equipment, and MBS. Thank you for watching the video.